How about yellow? No, not yellow. Yellow and snow? No go.
While Frozen 2 has only been out since November, many fans are already preparing for the sequel. In this video, we got Disney Studio access into 10 things you need to know about Frozen 3 so far.
Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.
Number 10, a big death.
Actually,
Prince Hans of the Southern Isles.
Right now, Disney is just in the testing phase of development and are trying to figure out what story would work best. One idea is the killing of a major character. Frozen 2 brought fans to the very edge of their seats by playing with the idea of killing off one of the major characters. Both Elsa and Olaf were left right on the brink before being brought back. In the movie, she becomes an ice statue while Olaf turns to snowflakes and begins to drift away. Pretty shocking to most audiences at first, and even with them coming back, it was a super dark moment for Disney. Of course, the studio has been doing what it can to push the Disney boundaries and expectations with this massively successful franchise. Whatever they may be up to, the killing of a major character definitely doesn't seem like it's completely off the table for the third film. What if one of the main characters experiences a sudden death, and this is what brings these characters back together? Could fans all over the world lose Elsa or Anna? Maybe it'll be a much newer character such as Ryder, who the queens will have to investigate. While it doesn't seem like Frozen franchise is about to become a murder mystery, we'll have to wait and see how the third movie's plot unfolds. Number 9, Mom Comes Home.
Elsa. I see it. It's Mother.
Elsa and Anna's upbringing is filled with tragedy, and maybe Disney would want to resolve some of that by having their mother return. In the second film, it's never really confirmed whether the mom is actually dead, which is a major unresolved mystery. Her return alone could bring about a sequel and provide the basis for the plot, since she's played such a massive part in their lives, of course. While their father is gone for sure, it may serve as a major surprise to audiences and also change up the family dynamic. I'm sure the girls will have a lot to catch her up on. She may not be the woman they used to know, and she may have even gone through a number of changes herself since she's been gone so long. Number 8, Crossover Madness.
This is my canoe, and you will journey to different...
The Disney universe is filled with Easter eggs and little hidden nods to the massive catalog of animated films. With Disney Studios' rapidly growing empire, it wouldn't be so surprising if they decided to start tying in some other hit films. Not only that, but Frozen has proven to be a new chapter in the way Disney writes its Disney princesses. It may be a way for them to start reshaping previous characters as well. In the third film, they may try to bring the other Disney princesses who possess their own unique powers. The most obvious example for this would probably be Princess Moana, who can control the element of water. These two opposite worlds of icy mountainscapes and tropical islands could clash as Moana and Elsa get to know one another. Or maybe they might go for another princess such as Rapunzel, who has been spotted in Arendelle in the past and could make an additional appearance or even become a major part of the story. Number 7, New Enemies. The studio is also looking at how they might change up the villain in the story. Frozen's various villains have come and gone over the course of the two films. Of course, they've never really had much driving force in the story. This is especially the case in Frozen 2, where there was barely an enemy to speak of. A third film in the franchise could change all of that, though. Perhaps the first two films have been setting the stage for an even larger foe than we've seen, who possesses mysterious and dangerous powers. Could it be their mother under an evil spell? Maybe an unknown sibling? We'll have to wait and see what happens. Of course, the world of Frozen is pretty much an open storybook. Number 6, the Olaf story.
Sven? Samantha? I don't even know it's Samantha.
While Disney has been trying to figure out Frozen 3, they've also been toying around with another idea entirely that might actually be a spin-off film. Olaf the Snowman has always been a source of great comedic relief and is the perfect sidekick. Of course, every sidekick has their own story to tell. Olaf has been questioning his existence for quite some time. In the first film, he was pretty concerned with trying to figure out what life was all about, even though he hasn't really been alive for a long time. Guess that's what an afterlife might be for. Disney might try to spin these larger questions of Olaf into his very own movie. He's a beloved character by pretty much everyone, and it wouldn't be too dissimilar from another hit Disney franchise film from Pixar. Dory was a great example of a Disney sidekick whose past had to be explored. Olaf could go on a great adventure, and we could dive into his past and see if there's a little more than snow making this man a snowman. Number 5. A powerful Anna.
So we were so close. We can be like that again.
As of now, Elsa is mysteriously the only sister to have any powers, but since these powers seem genetic, having been passed from her mother to her, why wouldn't it be possible for Anna to get some powers of her own? It could be that she just hasn't tapped into them at all, and maybe the third film would be the perfect setup to see her discover her own abilities. This might actually seem a bit too obvious for Disney, but it might prove to be an interesting move in the point of helping develop the franchise. Anna would have to find her own place in the world and would definitely have some things to deal with Elsa. There could be jealousy, rivalry even, and of course, the sisters would join back together stronger than ever before. We've also seen a number of elements setting this up in the previous films. It would be about time. Number 4. A revolt. Over the course of the past 2 films, it would be unfair not to see the point of view of the regular kingdom people. If you really think about it, the people of Arendelle have been through quite a lot. In fact, they've been threatened multiple times, and their entire homeland has been turned into ice. 2 reckless young women are their rulers, and things don't seem to be getting much easier. They've been moved out of their homes by force as an act of protection and have really been tossed around for the sake of their leaders. If things kept going like this in the real world, people might try to uprise and start a revolt. Of course, this is a pretty serious plotline for a Disney movie, but for the Frozen franchise, it might not be off the table. Disney Studios have made it clear that the Frozen franchise was meant to feel like some of the older films, but is distinct in its modern and fresh take on things. Many more modern animated films are constantly trying to push boundaries and are always looking to teach kids new and more mature lessons. This kind of twist would definitely be unexpected, not just for the audience, but from the Queen herself. Who knows what would come next, but Disney has made it clear that this might not necessarily be off the table. Number 3. The Snow Queen.
Can anybody tell me what's going on here? Why are you so cold, he's so hot, and I'm so confused?
Elsa's character is pretty fascinating and complex for a Disney princess. The inspiration for her character only gets even more interesting once you dive in. Her dark side and her entire story is based on a very old character from Hans Christian Andersen's The Snow Queen. Disney has been discussing a third film in which a major event pushes Elsa to the limits, like in The Snow Queen. Her psychology might change, and she might not exactly be a good character anymore. It would be interesting to see Disney's take on a villain taking the main stage. They may turn her back into a heartless, icy villain we once saw and lead her down a road to betrayal. This kind of move would definitely throw the kingdom and the family into flux, but that actually sounds like the right one for an entertaining story. Some of the storylines and ideas from her first film would replay, and even though audiences have seen Elsa come so far since then, she might actually be the most worthy opponent. Number 2. An old villain.
Oh, Anna. If only there was someone out there who loved you.
Frozen 2 has shaped up to be one of the most popular animated sequels to date, but one flaw definitely presented itself to audiences and critics alike. It's pretty clear that there were a lot of things going on, but the villain of the film wasn't a thing that was properly developed. He was just a king from a sister's past and seemed pretty random considering how much of a story world Disney creators made in the first film. It's a wonder they couldn't have tried to play into those ideas more. Of course, all different kinds of things can happen in this universe, and time travel might just be one of them, according to Disney Studios. A third film might see the return of the Dangerous King, and we would explore his world, as well as going back in time to see how it was with him as the ruler before. And naturally, of course, he would try to overthrow everything that Elsa and Anna have built. Number 1. A New World. The Frozen franchise is well known for breaking boundaries, but also for breaking the world. They make it pretty clear they could explore new things and ideas, which includes time travel. A time jump into a completely new time in their kingdom could give a fresh take on many of the characters and the problems the kingdom faces. older versions of these characters would be facing all new challenges and all new threats. We might even see into the future where Anna or Elsa have children. Would they have powers? Would they not have powers? Her guidance might only be able to help them so much on their own journeys. This kind of mix-up would be pretty interesting and give audiences more appreciation for how large this world is, which, of course, seems to be the Disney studio model these days, as they are trying to open movies up for as many sequels and/or spin-offs as they can. While Disney has released some of these potential ideas for the third film, it's still far too early to tell what will happen. Hopefully, this film will come out soon, as the second Frozen is having fans rabid for more Elsa and Anna. We hope you enjoyed 10 things that you need to know about Frozen 3 so far. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more of our content. Bye!
Just a reminder about our new giveaway. We're giving away the new iPad Pro or the new iMac Pro. The choice is yours. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.